Hey everyone, this is Chef, back from dinner. This is the last of the pre-recorded episodes that you're going to be getting before we are back and actually playing the game live and for real. I set up a Satono Diamond independent career while I was gone. I think we have a decent Seeking the Pearl for Sprint at this point, and rather than try and generate like a Seeking the Pearl for Mile, I figured we can start to work on one of the other limitations of this account, which is that we don't have a great selection of long parents. So, Satono Diamond doesn't exactly have like the most generic inherit in the world, but it's an inherit that's pretty strong on some tracks. So, I figured we would take a stab at seeing if we can't get a Satono Diamond parent put together that we could maybe use for some of our team trials runs as well, and maybe for some CMs in the future, although I did not build her to be a parent for any kind of specific CM. So, as far as Satono Diamond's unique, it is velocity on the final straight as long as you are near the front. So, depending on the track, it can work for anybody, from pace chasers all the way down to end closers. So I'm going to try and stick to stuff that's fairly good, because we don't have an unlimited skill point budget. So we'll start with stuff that's good and has hints available, and then we'll go back and work our way through some of the more expensive stuff that is going to be not as well supported by the hints that we got. So we can go late straights, 1.5 million CCs, our standard Umamusume slipstream see you later. We're going to buy that on pretty much every run. We can go long straights, medium straights. I don't love inside scoop, but we might come back to it. Focus is fine, straightaway wreck is fine, corner adept is obviously good. And then we could also go cloudy days, fall runner, wet conditions, firm conditions, double right-handed. Can probably skip Hanshin. Then we have 860 to spend still. So I guess I like the idea of inside scoop. I like the idea of making VIP pass cheaper, because most of our long runners are going to be using Ayahide for VIP pass. So if we can get passing pro sparks, that's just convenient for us. And a stamina eater's fine for backline runners. I guess feature act is fine. And then we have 115 that we could still spend. Could go double long straights. Gap closer's not really going to do anything. Wait and see isn't going to do anything. I don't mind the idea of like double firm, I suppose. Firm condition seems like something that's good a lot of the time. So let's see how we're looking there. I did switch out Chiono-O for Hayahide, just to get a little more stamina. Chiono's hints are very mile-oriented, and I didn't necessarily want those here. So we aren't managing to hit S+, and I think the way, or we aren't managing to hit SS, and I think the way we get back to doing that is dropping King Halo for a better card. But this is definitely not the kind of sparks that we want to be seeing, so we'll go ahead and reroll. That's better. I think I'd rather have a 3-star stamina than a 3-star power. I'd also, this is really like, I wish we would hit SS to upgrade some of these stars, because 1-star passing pro, 1-star feature act, 1-star on the attack, 1-star fall runner. It is okay, though. And then the broader tree is our power turf special week. So we have outer swell, late straights, be still, ignited power from that. And then a stam long ogre that has Uma stand, slipstream, racing spirit power, ramp up, corner adept. So it's decent. It's a 4-star long, 2-star stir, 2-star turf, 4-star power, 3-star stam. It's okay. Again, I'd prefer it if it was a little more stamina focused, but our long runners are really few and far between. So having another long runner in the mix somewhere is not necessarily that bad. We'll go ahead and confirm that. And then we'll get into what will be my final run for the day, which is going to be your only run for the day. We're going to go and we're going to try to remake the air groove that we set up last time. So, if we come and look at our veteran runners, starting around, realistically, probably like here, we have had a string of runners that have just been like okay, but not fantastic. I think this we were still using, we were still using Daiwa Scarlet for this, so this would need to be a high roll run anyway. And then here, we didn't connect on any of our golds. We didn't manage to get Unstoppable or Speedstar. Otherwise, the stat line was actually really good. Here, I think same thing. We didn't manage to connect on any of our gold skills. Gave it a break, did a parent run, and then we put together our air groove last time, and same deal. Stat line is okay. It would be nice to get power a little higher. It would be nice to get speed a little higher. But overall, the stat line's fine. We just need to complete chains. That is our biggest weakness right now. So we're going to run one more Pace Chaser air groove back. I believe that we're still using our mile special week for this. So we'll get you slotted in. Actually, do I have a mile Nishino that would be worth using? No, you don't really have a lot going on at all. I made a Nishino recently that wasn't half bad. Was it you? It was you. I think I'm supposed to use you instead of our special week. Maybe the parents were the problem. So we take a Nishino on our end. And then as far as a guest goes, I'd like to try and aim for stamina. Turf Mile would be nice. And then sorted by affinity bonus, we have a Ryan. So I think this is the backup Ryan that we've been using just so we have a failsafe acceleration to hit if we fall all the way to 6th. Don't mind that plan. The other approach that we could take is using Ogre, but I don't necessarily know that I want to go long mile, although the hints aren't bad. It's corner, add up, ramp up, Uma stand, slipstream, racing spirit power, pace corners. This is okay. Triumphant Pulse isn't a bad unique, but I think that we have more focused pink sparks here in order to try and give us the best chance of getting to mile S. So let's stick with that, because it's also just maxing our affinity out better. And then this is going to be the first time in a very long time that we've actually used up all of our guest borrows. So let's go find our Taiki Shuttle Speed borrow so that we can continue to try and get our hands on Mile Maven. And then let's go ahead and send this. We will do this as a normal career, and we'll go ahead and start. If nothing else, today has been very good for our currency usage. We've burned through all of our guest borrows, we've burned through all of our TP. I think we'll have enough for like 2 or 3 more team trials runs at the end of this. It is unfortunate that I can't commit 4 hours or so to playing Uma every day, but this has at least been nice. Let's get our speed leveled up. I really don't want to come up short on speed this run. Tachyon hint looks great, and this is half my support cards. On the attack's good. In fact, let's get really aggressive. I don't want Tachyon to give me on the attack again, and I don't want to get it from Pace Chaser hints from lessons. So let's buy it now. Medium straight's not useful to us. Probably need to take a wit here, just to manage energy a little bit. I don't feel like I need to chase Mood, because we fixed Mood once off of Light Hello the first time we train with her, and we fixed Mood twice off of Tachyon's first event. So I really don't feel like I need to recreate. It's wasting a turn unless you see a training that's really, really bad. That's our Mood to good. It's also a really nice time for Light Hello to show up. Just get her nice and early on the first training. Let's try and stack as much power as we can. I think that's also just a good Light Hello training. Like, this power training's fine. It is 3 friendship growths, but this preserves our energy, it works on fine motion, and we also have a chance to get extra currency out of it. So let's procrastinate on making a decision until we absolutely have to. I don't know that I'd go so far as to take a guts training. Also, it's a really good speed training. So we now have enough currency to go and think about our first couple lessons. Let's go see what's in our shop. Stam, wit, and a medium skill hint. We'll go stamina off this. And then friendship training, friendship training, friendship training. You love to see it. Ideally, I'd like to buy the one that's 22 power to make our early game a little easier. But if I see DA on like our next training, I might just buy run and run to get it out of the way. Tachyon hint sounds great right now. Uptempo is also medium. We won't be using that. Tachyon hint still sounds kind of great. It's a shame this doesn't give VL. But I also don't know if it's really worth burning the energy on this. I mean, the speed training is also pretty good. 13% to fail, though. I feel like I'm in the territory of, like, needing to gamble on some of these runs to get something good thrown together. So let's chance it. Don't want to do that too much this run, but here and there, I think we can justify it. That's unfortunate. If only I'd gotten some DA, I would be totally content to try and dig to energy right now, but yeah, we need to take a rest here, unfortunately. And then let's make sure we keep managing our energy. Tachyon hint, 2 friends on stamina, nobody on wit. I'll deign to click it. We could get, like, head on from this. Here's our last hint for up tempo, so we can't see that anymore. We can go fine motion 1. We can win our debut, ideally. We are really low on power, but it looks like we're good enough. Trainings have been okay so far. I don't love that we had to rest. It's also a good stamina training, man. Holy cow. I'll take it for the light hello currency because she could give me VO here. This also puts stack out of gold, which is also really important. We get DA instead. Friendship plus 15 versus Friendship 5 Guts 15. I'll take the stats, please. That's not a card in my deck. Just light hello. But it saves my energy. I'm not going to gamble on that speed training. I think I can afford to wit here. Try and get 20 VO. Good. Really good. So that fixes our mood to great. And Tachyon hint. Fine motion hint. Just friendship, but it gives VO. Light alone, it gives VO. I really want to get my hands on fine motion hints. I want right-handed, fall runner, and nimble navigator this run. So let's grab it when we see it, and also get some levels into our speed facility. There's fall runner. Good. There's Taiki 1. 2 friends speed, no friends wit. 1 friend stamina, but it does give me VO and light hello is there. And it pushes Tachyon closer to gold. I don't think I can do that. I think I have to take the speed training because it also works on director friendship, and I really want to get support cards online. We're a pretty long ways through junior already. Also, I think I give up on that power song. I think we just go for skill points instead. Yeah, I mean 4 of the 5 songs here give DA. And I don't really like any of them. I might recreate this turn, honestly. So let's get that out of the way. We should be able to buy so many more songs here. We're only at 2. Let's go wit 5. Stam 5. Wit gain plus 1 is what I'd really like to try and chase down. And I get CO out of this wit training. But not enough, so I'm going to recreate instead. Let's just go all the way to full. Because we have Tachyon Rainbow Friendships online right now. In theory. I don't need the mood from this, and speed is going to cap this run, so we'll just take energy 10. CB hint, Tachyon hint, nobody on wit. 2 friends on power, it works on director friendship, and it gives us the CO that we need. I can justify a power training here. Let's get our wit gain done. That's 3 songs. We can go to 4. We'll go Stam 10. Or Stam 5. We'll go... I don't really want to get skill points 5 for 10 VO. I'll overspend a little bit on a mile hint. I'll also overspend a little bit on a pace chaser hint. I'd love to see like straight descent. Latch on's okay. And then we're looking for DA or VO and a CO. Well, this is CO. So we'll take that. More director friendship is good. Mood down's fine. I can fix that with recreation. Good wit training. Let's just spin on that for a turn. Let's sweep Tosho to gold. We have 2 speed guards online. And there's one of them. And there's not really anything else to work on here either. So I do think I'll just take it. I can train next turn. That's not a huge problem. And we do eventually want to get Tachyon to gold. To 100. Like, we want to max it out to gold. There's both my speed cards, but now it's a little risky to take. Let's see if I can find an energy. I can go power 5 because I have more VO. I can go energy 20, but it's 25 DA and I only have 11. Skip it. We're looking for energy for PA. Base Chaser in for VO. I'll take that. Hydrate's not super useful. Energy for VI. That doesn't help me. And then a friendship training for VO and CO. It's very unlikely that we'll be able to buy that, but we'll save it to roll over into classic gear, and it'll get us to our next song faster. Now, what do I want to do with that? Because this is 11% to fail, and then it means I basically can't do anything late December, whereas this means I can do anything late December, and it gets fine motion to gold. It might look crazy. I think this is a wit training over a speed training, even though that double rainbow speed is really good. I think I need to keep working on friendships. I don't want to get lured away by early rainbows and just neglect the rest of my support card friendships. I would like to have everybody participating as soon as possible. And which just saves energy. Will I regret that decision? We'll find out. Speed 20 versus power 20. Absolutely power. Single rainbow wit and light hello is there? I like that a lot. Could also chase down extra friendship on that guts training. Probably gets Taiki to gold. Huh. I mean, you were just saying you should work on friendship, but the different calculus now is that light hello is here, which is extra currency, and it would give you VO specifically. Not enough to buy the song, but it would give you VO if you got it. I think I actually chased the light hello training here. Didn't get her. Unfortunate, but I think we already got her twice out of 2 trainings, so I'm not going to be too mad. That event is basically a coin flip. So if we flipped heads twice, it's only natural that we would flip tails one time as well. Plus 10 to all. Plus 20 energy. We're going to waste a little bit of energy out of light hello here, I think. Actually, maybe we'll be right on target. Yeah, we're right on target. Okay. Never mind, we're good. And then we can go single rainbow speed training that gives us a bunch of VO. It's a really interesting guts training, but I don't think it's good. Or we could get Taiki to gold. I think I'd rather just take the rainbow and start building our performance points up a bit. We can find Taiki on another training later. Fine motion hint, very important. I'm not going to click my 2 remaining friendships over taking a fine motion hint that could be Nimble Nav or Fall Runner. Beautiful. Or is Fall Runner the one we got already? Do we have Fall Runner right now or right-handed? Fall Runner. Okay, so we only made Fall Runner cheaper. That's not as good. And nothing else is really looking that great. Light hello speed training is just going to be super cheap on energy, so we can take that. This lets us buy our song. We get Speed Star, even though it's really early. Okay, hold on. Something's happening. Let's go speed 8 because I don't have a lot of CO right now. Spec Prio 5 speed gain. I'd really like to get that if I can. God, if we had only worked on Taiki a bit. How long am I willing to wait to buy this versus just buying Guts gain now and trying to find skill point gain faster? I think I'll give it till the Oka show to try and find 2 more VI or whatever we need. Because I do think +2 speed is definitely better than +2 guts. Yeah, there it is. Is there anything else I'd rather take over it, though? Because we do need to get CB to gold still. No, she's miles off. So we'll go 1 speed training. This lets us get speed +2. So now we're getting extra speed out of our speed clicks and our wit clicks and our guts clicks. If we ever deign to click guts. Oh man, I really need to buy energy after this. We should be able to afford energy no matter what currency it is. Yes. Okay. That's huge. Because it basically pays for itself off of this training. And it's a fine motion hit, and it works on the director. It does so much. Right-handed? Outer post? I don't mind outer post. Outer post is only a 1 in 3 to work. But those aren't horrible odds. At least I think it's a 1 in 3. I think in a 9-person race, gates 7, 8, and 9 are outer. Mile S. Mile corners, straightaway adept. Something is happening on this run. Prepared to pass is fine. Skill point gain. It's not that early, but it's early. I might need to buy energy 20 here. So let's run the Oka show and see what happens. Okay. We also did not hit as much stamina as I wanted to out of that inheritance. But we got 2 hints for corner wreck, and we have 2 hints for hydrate right now. So if we need to buy a recovery, we can. Also, maybe we'll find like standard distance or something. Single rainbow, single rainbow. However, our mood is not looking great right now, so I may be inclined to just recreate here. Huh. Because I do have a lot of DA. This is a cheap training. If I buy the energy, do I go over 50? No, you only go to 45. So even taking that speed training would be a gamble. And then the wit training is good, but not great. I think you're just supposed to recreate here and fix your mood. Those are both good trainings, but I think this is going to be better for our performance point budget long term. Because it means we don't have to buy the energy. We can go wit 15, I don't need early start. Single rainbow that gives VI, that keeps our shot moving. CB's done. Not that we need Daring Strike. So we go... Well, you could go hint level +2 to mile here. You're already at max. You should be able to buy 1 more song from this position, though. Now I'm gonna get greedy. I'd rather have mile hints than the guts. You also have a ton of DA. Well, you know, I think you really need to prioritize stamina here, because you're only at 255 right now. Anytime we see Sam in the shop, I think I need to buy up. Spec Prio, support chain. I'll take the spec priority. And then I think we might be done. But we'll see. Interesting to know we have energy in the shop. Because if we see 2 good rainbow trainings... Run this is late, just in case we don't have the stamina. Just in case we have 2 really good trainings, it's good that we'll be able to buy energy to take them. Alright, 2 more trainings until summer break. We're looking fine. We absolutely buy energy for that training. No question. And then there's Stam Power in the shop. You probably want to try and chase that down too. But this is Director Friendship, it's CB Friendship, and it's Taiki Hints. Speed Eater's not horrible. It's not exactly what I'd be thinking of. And then a double rainbow. So you go Stam Power, right? You already bought a lesson, so you're kind of committed to trying to dig to the next one at this point. Guts 8, because you can't afford Speed Stam. And then you Flame out. If you take a Wit here, you get 8 PA. Does that let you buy anything? Yeah, it would actually let you buy Wit skill points. It doesn't feel good relative to taking a Recreation. No, there's no way that's correct. We're just gonna have to say that those performance points are lost. We shouldn't have dug. I got too greedy. But that's okay. We're at max hype. But I needed to take that energy to keep training, so I figured if we've bought one lesson, we might as well just try and get all the way to the next song. Two concerts down. Doing good on friendship bonus, doing good on spec priority. You wouldn't know it from not getting a rainbow, but we can at least get CB to gold here. So it's not totally wasted. Okay, that's all of our supports online. Single rainbow wit versus double rainbow speed with light hello there. Yeah, we'll be taking the speed. Single rainbow versus sweep toe show hint versus huge guts training. What's the shop say? Shop says energy 20, but I don't think we're gonna... Well... You might. Do one more. Because if this is like a triple rainbow speed, you're gonna be sad if you don't have energy in the shop to take it. It's a double rainbow bit. You don't need the energy. So you can go skill hint while here. You do have quite a bit of VI. I think this is maybe the last time we spend VI though. End of the year's coming up pretty quick. We go Stam 8 because Stam is a critical weakness right now. Skill point gain +3. Let skill point gain songs nice and early. You have a lot of DA. We can spend a little bit of that. Probably go Wit 8 at this point. Don't need CO for anything coming up. And then maybe aim for like getting 7 PA. That Wit training does it. Okay. Taiki 2. We're not gambling on top option. We're just taking bottom because it guarantees the chain continues. Stam gain +2, but more importantly, spec prio +5. Cheap skill hint for mile, cheaper than anything else. Stam 8 is probably next target here, so we're looking for PA again. We get it. Good. Energy mood. Good. Let's keep bringing that stamina up. Power gain +2, spec prio +5 is what I'd like to target next. We're going to need CO. This doesn't give CO and it's not a rainbow training, but I really think that Taiki hints are that valuable. So we're going to click it anyway. Not useful, but we're slowly parsing down the pool of hints that she can give us. Single rainbow speed that gives CO. We could still take a training after this as well. That's 21 and 21. That's only 8 and 8. I'll take the speed training here. We can still train after this, which is nice. Speed to 5. Mile Maven done, so we're just waiting for Tachyon to finish now. We have more than enough time to keep digging to songs. We should be able to get 3 more trainings here, maybe 4 if a bunch of them are wit. And I also think our Stam is probably good enough to go back to pace at this point. Single rainbow versus double rainbow? Yeah. And Light Hello is here. She gives PA. It's alright. Single rainbow speed. Makes our next training a little shaky, but I can't afford to take it. I wish it gave CO. So I'd love to go wit training here. I can still go wit training here. It finishes director. It gives me CO. But I do not like being in normal mood. So we go power gain +2, spec pryos +35 right now. We should have so many rainbow trainings in senior year, assuming our luck holds. But for now, we're done. We're not spending anymore. And then double rainbow speed that gives VIDA, getting ready to see the 10% friendship bonus songs in senior year. Yes. Alright, so we're taking 30 energy out of the senior year event, and then we also need to hit big on the raffle. Tissues would be really bad. Tissues would be like, I'm not even going to recreate with Light Hello, I'm going to recreate with Air Groove directly territory. Because we do have one guaranteed mood up coming late March. That's only going to take us to good, though. Energy 30. Wit training, ideally, but we can do anything we want. Single rainbow versus single rainbow? Yeah, we'll take a wit training. And then we also want to try and stay away from DAVI here if we can. Here, I'm just going to clear it. That's PAVI. I mean, you do have 101 DA, but this is Stam. I really think we need to work on our stamina. Support chain, friendship training. Let's go get some CO, which we could get out of speed, but we could also get out of wit and then preserve energy as well. Okay. No mood up. So we're still sort of in Light Hello recreation territory. But I'm not going to take it over any of these trainings. Stam 12, really good right now. Heal hint for Mile, really cheap right now. Even though it spends VI, it's half the cost of everything around it. And then here's the first friendship training song. I need to find VI. You don't give VI, but we'll find it. This is also, worth remembering, the song that costs 42 VI. No, no, no. I guess. And then we might just Light Hello here after this, honestly. We don't need Director Friendship anymore. We're good on that. That's the VI that I need. I do just want to get my mood out of the way, though. There was nothing inherently wrong with that wit training. I just want to get to good so that we're great after the fan fest. Well... Actually, this is kind of interesting now. Because we are going to get a guaranteed mood up. So, top option is really just plus 10 energy. But we're mostly full, and 3 hints for pace straights is quite a few. I'm actually going to go bottom. Would have been nice to get 3, but 1 is fine. Also, this is nothing. No, this is a decent opportunity to click stamina, actually. It gives us some performance points for our trouble, but more importantly, our stamina is so low that we need to pay attention to it a bit here. That's also Tachyon 2. So let's go run the Osaka High. Let's switch back to pace so that we don't block ourselves. Especially because there's 6 of them in here. Good. So far, so good. Just need to finish Tachyon's event. That's basically it. And also we need our trainings to hold together for the rest of the run. Everything else looks like this is going to be a viable air groove. That's a lot of hits. Fall Runner's good, Adept is good, Mile Corners is good, Slipstream's good. I think Pedal to the Metal and Full Throttle are late surger. So we're not really going to be able to use them. Pedal to the Metal's late. Full Throttle's late. Yeah, we're not going to be able to use either of those. Single Rainbow. Single rainbow. But this actually has a chance to give us VI because it's a light hello training. So let's take that. No light hello, but Tachyon's done. That's a VI training. I'll be taking that. Okay. We're still looking for the second one, though. But we have a lot of performance points. I also need to spend DA like crazy. I can't spend VI here, so I have to take Wit 12. 24 for 12 Stam. Support chain, friendship training effectiveness for PA. God, that's a good training, too. It doesn't give me PA, though, and it's like 23 to fail. I have to wreck here. That's a really good speed training. It's too bad that I can't take it. Unfortunate timing on that. Well, never mind. I guess we just take that again. We really need to take a wit here, though. We need to take a wit that gives us PA. We might not be able to buy the friendship training effectiveness song. Yeah, I think I have to go wit here. And then we're gonna buy like +1 speed growth. I also really need a way to fix mood. I think if I saw no rainbows on the first day of summer break, I'd be okay with it. I know that's a crazy thing to say. You might as well take the stam gain, honestly. Because maybe you click stamina and it gives you like +3 stamina. And then you flamed out anyway. Okay, we need to spend DA like crazy when we get into summer break. We need to spend all of it. Get that currency back under control. Concert 4. Okay. The rainbow. It's a good rainbow. It's also a good rainbow, though. I think for the sake of being able to train after this turn, we take wit here to manage energy, honestly. Because if we take that speed training, we can't do anything next turn. And now we can take this instead, and we could gamble on a training next turn. Take Stam Guts. Anything to get more stamina into this build right now. Energy 30 is actually kind of interesting. I might want to buy that next turn depending on what my fail rate is like. No rainbow. Okay, that's going to be our rest to get our mood fixed. So I will not buy the energy. There's our second friendship training song. Let's get that online for the final 3 turns. Skill for Pace Chaser, that could be straight descent. Stamina. Also spends a bit of my DA. Friendship training effectiveness, and also stamina +22. Stamina 12. I'd be willing to chase down PA for it, but for now, let's take our rest, fix our mood. We'll go win the Sporo Kinen. And then ideally we have some rainbow trainings. I maybe should have looked at my stamina training on that rainbow this turn, actually, now that I think about it. Because if there were like 3 or 4 support cards there, it probably would have been worth the click. We would have gotten like 30, 35 stamina out of it. I actually think that's a bit of a misplay. I was too hasty. God, losing mood again. Neither of these give PA, and I don't really want to blow energy on a speed training that only gives me 19 speed. Let's just manage. Let's try and be a little discerning with our energy and where we spend it. Speed 10, power 10. I'll be taking power. Single rainbow versus single rainbow plus light hello? Alright, light hello is an exception. Makes the training cost like half as much energy. Go stam 12. Cheap skill hint for mile. Support chain, support chain, support chain, but like, honestly, just spend DA. I think that's also 18 songs, is it not? No, it's 17. We need one more. Well, let's spend DA and CO. We have so much of both of them. Let's spend DA and or CO. Let's spend DA. Hey, Savvy's nice. Let's spend CO. Support chain, friendship training effectiveness. Let's find some PA. You're not very good. But I don't really know what else I would click. I'm not going to click that stamina training. We can still train after this at least. We'll go win the Autumn Tenno. Good. Left-handed, not exactly what we're looking for. Single rainbow that gives me more, well, less PA, but it manages energy. Also, Wit's looking a little on the low side. None of those options matter for the mile. 20 stam. Actually, really important right now. Go Wit 22. We're gonna need to buy recoveries. This is not enough stamina. And then here we're just like, get me to the last song. Or get me to the next song, I suppose. Getting PA would be really nice. VIVO. Alright. Well, I'll meet you where you're at. 4 hints for acceleration. Not super useful. This is probably a rest, unfortunately. Because it just feels like a bit of a wasted turn. And I wish I could have found a way to fix mood, because it's costing us a little bit of stats off of every training for all the mood effect that we're not using. But we just never really... Wow, that's a wit training and a half. We never really had the opportunity to manifest. We got like 60 skill points out of that. That wit training was more powerful than our race was. Alright, so let's go stam guts. We're still looking to spend DA if we find the opportunity. Stam skill points, sure. You spend 21 DA? No, but your friendship training effectiveness, we should be taking you. You are potentially straight descent. Steady gate? What the heck does steady gate do? You're also potentially straight descent. Well, whatever steady gate does, we can just straight up buy it now. Because that's all the hints for it. So I don't think we saw any of our fallback accelerations, which is a little concerning. Like, we didn't see nimble nav, we didn't see head-on, we didn't see straight descent. I'm concerned that this air groove isn't really going to go anywhere in late race. However, she is going to have a good stat line. And she is going to have a ton of mid-race velocity. So, maybe it won't matter that much. Copium. Let's go speed 12, because I just have so much DA. Stamina. DA. DA and a mile hint. Shifting gears is good. Gut skill points I guess is fine, because it spends DA. And we're spent. Alright, let's see what the semifinals and the finals trainings have in store then. Okay. No rainbow? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Can I at least, like, get a good stam training? No. You can get a good power training. Or you could just gamble on a random light hello training. I think I'd rather take the power training, honestly. Does it help me with any lessons? Yeah, I think it's going to let you buy that. Because it's a VO training. So at least you get something out of this. Grab you. And then we need VO or PA for our final training. Okay. It is a rainbow. Ooh, it's a good rainbow too. Yeah, we'll be taking that speed training. We are going to have a ton of top speed. We might even cap speed this run. But did I really find no accelerations? Updrafters won't work. We're going to be towards the front. Acceleration is probably the gambliest thing we could possibly try and run. But it's our only option. The steady gate's actually not horrible. No, it works on pays medium. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, I needed to see like Nimble Nav or Head On or Straight Descent or anything. So this is going to be an interesting test of, is mid-race velocity alone good enough to win you a CM if you don't accelerate in late race? Because all we're going to have is Budding Blossom and Let's Pump Some Iron. And that's it. That's straight up it. So if we're not in 3rd, 4th, or 6th, are we able to win? Speed did not cap. We got within about 10 of cap. Okay, so we need both of these. Incredibly important. We never got right-handed, but we did get Fall Runner. We're at 587 stam. I'd be very comfortable with 1 recovery. Like Straightaway Adept, Speed Star, obviously, Mile Maven, Double Mile Corners, Shifting Gears, Speed Eater's probably fine, Double Pace Straights, Pace Savvy, Slipstream, see you later, Pumped will not trigger, Unstoppable, Latch On works. I might also want no looking back here because it might give us velocity carryover. So let's go grab Pace Straights, get rid of one of those, because I'd rather have corner velocity. Pace Straights could trigger at suboptimal times. So we can take you, and then we have 114 to work with, so I can come back and buy Outer Post Proficiency. It's too bad we didn't hit right-handed. Otherwise she would be incredibly fast. But even though this build has several flaws, I think it might be good enough. And we're out of lessons to buy? Yeah, I needed PA or VL, I never got it. So we're going to end with a lot of spare currencies, but this is good enough to be our CM candidate, I think. 2 power 3 turf, Slipstream on the attack, Mile Corners prepared to pass. That's actually a little interesting. They're not great sparks. And I don't think Blazing Pride is really, like, a skill that you look at trying to inherit, but... Oh, you were going to give her a handshake. Yeah, we got to go back and give you the handshake. Can I do it from here? No, that's just epithet. That's okay. I know where I could do it. Our event coins. Let's head home. And then we'll head into race, exhibition, room match. We'll head into my runners, and we'll replace this Matikane with this purpose-built air groove. We'll give you the handshake. confirm you. You will be pace. And then I'm going to go throw in a lobby or two, and I'm going to see how we're looking. I don't love the Seeking the Pearl here, and I'd rather this be a pace Nishino Flower, but we need that Nishino Flower run to come together, and it hasn't yet. So, for now, it's going to be Seeking the Pearl, and even after lobbies reopen, or even after lobbies open, I'm going to be rebuilding Nishino to see if I can get her closer to Air Groove. So once we're from lobbies, I will see you then. Alright, we've got one lobby ready to go, and the second one should be ready to go by the time the first one's done. So, let's hop in, and let's see how we're looking. Contenders here, Front Marzensky, Mile Cafe, which is interesting. I wonder if that's debuff, and then Double Dominator, as well as a Christmas Ogre. It's like we are back in Virgo. I want to see this cafe, though. What's she all about? It's not a debuff cafe. This looks like a Teen Trials cafe, honestly. A Mile B is going to be a huge problem. Double right, double fall, lane ledger domain's also a little questionable. Like, there's interesting stuff going on here, but I think your aptitudes are going to prevent you from winning this. Dober, again, I don't know about lane ledger domain. Updrafters, let's pump some iron, and then double circle straights, corners, straights is good, though. Dauntless is also good. And then your 564 Keen Eye Dominator. And you, no, that's your Grass Wonder. Where's the other one? There it is. 564 Keen Eye Dominator. Yeah, okay, as expected. Ogre for your conditions are hitting Corner Wreck, After School Stroll. Oh, it's End Ogre. End S, Mile S, Turf A. So you hit Corner Wreck in 777s as your mid-race velocity triggers. And then After School Stroll is actually the one that activates Festive Miracle, because it activates at the start of the downhill. It doesn't give you a ton of acceleration carryover. Christmas Ogre is not as scary on this track as she was on Virgo. But it does still work. This is also only a single Pace Chaser lobby because of all the debuffers, which is really interesting. This feels like a very atypical lobby, so I'm curious to see how we do. Grass late start is fine. There's Umamusume. So I want to see just how fast Air Groove goes here, because she is stacked with mid-race. But the downside is that neither of her accelerations activate from here, because Budding Blossom has to be 3rd or 4th, and Pump is 6th. So that's not going to work. Grass looks okay here, as long as she can stay in 6th. Ogre looks really scary, though, because she's an end closer, and she's very far up right now. That Speed Star too early for velocity carryover, but I think Grass is going to take off like a missile here. But she's going to hit Pump. She's not going to hit on your left, which is unfortunate. But Air Groove is kind of moving right now. I don't know if she's going to be fast enough, but she has so much late race velocity because she's velocity capped with Mile S. So it's possible. Not quite. Not good enough to beat the Ogre, but I think she came in 2nd. Yeah. Not good enough to kill the Ogre through 2 Dominators, but good enough to beat everything else in the lobby. This Marozensky didn't really go anywhere. A corner wreck and a stam issue. Well, double standard. Maybe it's okay. Interesting. Interesting. And then Grass just didn't hit on your left, so she didn't really go anywhere. Let's go see if the second room is ready. God, if I had managed to get head on onto that Air Groove. Kishi Amazon, Vodka, Sweet Tosho, and then Dober, Christmas Ogre, Debuff Nature. Show them to me. And Sweet Tosho. Double right, double fall, 1600 Mile S, so she's going to be even faster than our Groove is. because she's an end closer. But your accelerations are Pump plus Budding Blossom, and Nimble Nav, and Leap Forward. And, well, Ignited Power's Gambly. Straightaway Spurt is late. Leap Forward can work. And then Let's Pump Some Iron and Budding Blossom have pretty strict positioning requirements, so that might not work all the time. Shooting Star, Budding Blossom, Let's Pump Some Iron is 3, 4, 6, and then just anytime you pass somebody. On your left, Furious Feet is also really good. No, Furious Feet is Gambly. On your left is good. Furious Feet is still a bit of a gamble, but this is a lot of accelerations as well. Leap Forward, Furious Feet on your left, Nimble Nav, and then 3 accelerations as uniques. Ishi Amazon has just Pump, Nimble Nav, and Leap Forward, but good mid-race and late-race velocity. Ogre's End with Corner Wreck, After School Strolls, 777s, and Shakeout, which I don't think is reliable enough to be a backup. There's just not enough skills triggering in late race to get you there. This is Keen Eye, 564 Dominator. And then this Dober is Pump, Budding Blossom, on your left, Lightning Surge. So very similar to our Grass Wonder. This looks like a very competitive lobby. Also, most people are late end here again. There's like almost no pace chasers. Maybe I didn't have a good meta read on this track. I thought there were going to be way more pace chasers than there are. Like, we're going to be lucky pace on Air Group, which he is not built to do. This is not the positioning you want to see your late surgers take. Thank you, Vodka. Pearl's rushing, but that should be fine. This is really not the positioning you want to see your late surgers take. You guys think you could pass my Grass Wonder? Like, just into 5th would be fine. I don't need to hit Pump, I just want to hit on your left. It's not going to happen. But also that Ogre's way out of position to hit her accelerations. So she might not actually be that scary. Grass hit Budding Blossom, which is a good fallback. Seeking the Pearl also looks kind of good here. She should be able to ult from this point, yeah. So that's velocity. Unfortunately, she's not that fast, because she's only like 1400 speed. Well, she also hit On the Way to Our Dream. Maybe she is fast enough? No, she's not fast enough. She's gonna get torn to shreds by all these 1500, 1600 speedrunners. This has me thinking. I don't think there's gonna be nearly as many pace chasers as I thought. It seems like a lot of people are building late end instead, which is gonna make Pump really bad. And it also has me thinking, like, should I be putting Angling and Scheming out on my pace chasers? It's really late to be making changes at this point, because lobbies open in, like, a couple days. Actually, they might be opening, like, today by the time you watch this video. I'm just recording a little bit into the future. But that's interesting to think about. I think I'm way off on my meta read. That's concerning. Well, let's do the bingo spin, and then I'm going to spend the next couple days thinking about that. Seeing if maybe we do some emergency rebuilds based on the way these lobbies were looking. I was expecting it was going to be like the Nishino Flower Show, but I don't see her anywhere. All I see is end closers. Anyway, if you're enjoying the Uma series, do make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those are metrics that I really do use on my end to keep an eye on what people enjoy watching and what you might want to see next. And if you had any questions, comments, thoughts about today's run, you wanted to share your own lobby comps that you've been seeing for practice scrims, or if there's anything else on your mind that you wanted to talk about, drop a note down in the comments and let me know. Would love to hear from you. If you're looking for a fine motion borrow of your own, or you're looking to do some looping experiments with Umastan and a couple scenario sparks, the trainer ID is here for you. It's always appreciated when you borrow from the channel, but if you've got other friends, coworkers, clubmates, etc. that you'd rather funnel currency to instead, no worries, totally understand. Till then, though, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.